Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year. This is Jeremy from Disc Golf Deals USA. Well, it's a new year, so I'm going to kind of mix up my bag a little bit this year, and I'm going to start with the fairway drivers. I want to build my fairway drivers in my bag from the ground up. So I'm going to start with the question, if I could only throw one fairway driver, which fairway driver would it be? Well, I've got 4 top contenders right here. We're going to see which one of them comes out on top. Let's go. If I had to just pick one fairway driver to bag the whole year, I would want a fairway driver that could be very versatile. Something I could throw straight on a hyzer and then get to do a turnover. So I picked out 4 discs, which have really impressed me the last couple months. And I think one of these is definitely going to stand out on top. We're going to do a little field testing. Whichever one of these wins the battle is going to be the one that we bag. So let's go down the lineup. First up, we're going to look at the Brave. Numbers on a Brave are 7, 6, -1, 2. If you talk to a lot of Lat 64 guys out there, they'll let you know that the Brave is actually a little bit more flippy than the numbers might indicate. It's more of like a neutral disc, maybe more like a -2, 2, but that also means it should be a pretty versatile fairway driver too. All right, next one up, we're gonna look at the Crave. Numbers on a Crave are 6.5, 5, -1, 1. This is a perennial favorite for a lot of the MVP guys out there. Just about everybody has bagged or does currently bag one of these in their bag, including Sarah Holcomb. She uses this disc all the time. Next up, we're going to look at 2 Discraft discs that are pretty popular. We're going to start with the Cicada. Numbers on a Cicada are 7, 6, -1, 1. Very similar to a Crave. Doesn't fly the same as a Crave, but it's definitely in that same vein. And a little bit stabler version of that is the Cigarra. Numbers on a Cigarra are 7, 6, -1, 2. I've got all 4 of these discs in multiple different plastics. We're going to test them out here. Let's see which one of them stands out on top. All right, first test is we're going to do the flat throw. We're going to throw it nice and flat. What I'm looking for is as close to a straight finish as I can possibly get with one of these. Not looking for a lot of flip, not looking for a lot of overstability, just something that'll give me that nice like -1, 1 finish and finish nice and straight. All right, so I got 2 Cicadas. So we're going to start with these. We got the Seasonal Mega Glow and the First Run in Z plastic. Let's start with the First Run first. Definitely getting the turn. Didn't see a lot of fade, but that did finish nice and straight. All right, now let's go with Mega Glow. Yes, loving the turn, and let's get the fade. Oh, let's go. All right, I gotta say, Cicada, you passed the test there. Next up, the Crave. This is definitely one of MVP's most popular discs, and for good reason. Just a good old point and shoot fairway driver. Let's see how these fly. I've got them in Proton. We got Cosmic Neutron and Neutron soft plastic. Let's start with Proton. Laser straight, nice fade at the end, loving it. Now we got an OTB Neutron soft. Nice and straight, a little bit more fade on the end of that one. And then let's go with this cool Christmas color L2 Cosmic Neutron Crave. Laser straight, nice fade. All right, not too bad, but you can definitely see a difference between the Crave and the Cicadas. Cicadas were able to give us that nice -1 turn and a 1 fade, whereas all these Craves were pretty much dead laser straight with a little bit of a fade at the end. All right, next up, Cigarra. The Cigarra is labeled as the overstable modified Cicada. Anthony Barella loves his Cigarras. So we got several different versions here. We got the Glow version, we got one of the First Runs, ESP, and the USDGC Cigarra here. So let's test these ones out. Well, kind of grounded that one. Yeah, not too bad. Definitely more stable than the Cicadas. Swirly ESP Cigarra here. There we go, dead laser straight, nice hookup at the end. Very similar to the way the Craves were flying. All right, now let's do the Mega Glow. There we go, nice laser straight. Threw that one a little higher than the other ones. Yeah, definitely more fade on it. So just like the Craves, we're not getting a lot of turn out of it. Basically goes nice and straight. reliable finish. All right, last but not least, let's throw the Brave. So even though the numbers on the Brave might indicate that it should be closer to the Cigarra, you're gonna notice that these are probably gonna be a lot more flippy. So we got a couple different versions of these. We got the Royal, we got another Royal. We also have the new Clear Royal, and one of my favorites, the Project Grip. Let's go with Project Grip Brave first. Yeah, pretty straight, good reliable finish. And the Clear Brave here. There we go. Oh, ace it. Yeah, definitely noticed when I was testing these out that those clear ones are definitely a lot flippier than some of my other Braves. Got a couple cool, swirly, grand Braves here. Let's try these ones out. There we go. Laser straight. Reliable finish. All right, so far with the straight test, I gotta say, Cicada is definitely standing out as one that was easily thrown nice and straight. I didn't have to worry about it getting off that straight line quite a bit. The other three definitely flying very similar, nice and straight, good reliable finish. But we still got some more tests to do. We're gonna do some anhysers, some hyzers. Let's see which one stands out on top. All right, we did the straight shot. Like I said, Cicada definitely stood out as far as going straight and ending straight. Now we're gonna see how they hold an anhyzer. Do they fight out of an anhyzer? Do they hold it all the way to the ground? This is important, I need to know. So let's start with the Brave this time. All right, ever so slight anhyzer, holds it and fights out. All right, not too bad. There's our Project Grip, fights the flat, ends straight, not too bad. Now, is this one gonna hold the anhyzer a little bit more? Absolutely. This clear one is definitely less stable. There we go. That one almost turned into a roller. Yeah, there you go, guys. Those Clear Royal Braves, definitely a lot less stable than any other Brave. Now, same thing with the Cigarra. Yeah, I have a feeling we're gonna get very similar flights out of these Cigarras, maybe even more stable. And let's try the ESP one. Holding it, fighting out. And then we're gonna get an overstable finish. Yeah, wow. Surprisingly, a little bit on the overstable side, which, like I said, this is marketed as an overstable Cicada. Basically it is. Now let's go with the Cicada. First, let's go with the Mega Glow. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Hold that anhyzer. And then just an ever so slightly stable finish at the end. All right, and then first run, Z. There we go. Definitely fighting out. Yeah. So that one definitely held the anhyzer line a lot quicker than some of the other ones. I know that last one still had the stable finish, but first one is exactly what I was looking for on these anhyzer lines. Now, let's do the Crave. Proton Crave first. There we go. All right, Crave might be the answer here. All right, neutron soft. Oh, holding it, holding it. All right, not too bad. All right, this round was kind of a tie between that Mega Glow Cicada and then the Proton Crave. So let's give it a tie between those two for round number 2. All right, round 3, we're gonna put these on a hyzer. Now what I'm looking for on a hyzer is I'm looking for a little bit of a flip up to give me some of that extra distance, but a nice, strong, reliable finish at the end. Let's see which one stands out. So far, the Cicada won round 1 and it tied for round 2. So let's go into the final round here, putting it on a hyzer. Let's see if we can get a little flip out of it, but still have a nice, reliable finish at the end. Let's go ahead and start with the one that's in the lead, Cicada. All right, not sure if you can see that. Definitely got a little flip up, but still holding that hyzer line all the way to the end. Love it. Now let's try the Brave. All right, tiny flip up to it, holding that line. Oh, that's beautiful. I love it. Let's go to the Crave. All right, good flip up. Maybe pushing a little too straight. All right, not too bad. All right, let's finish it out with the Cigarra, and then I'm gonna make a decision. Oh, loving that all day too. All right, guys, I think I've made my decision. Let's go close this out. All right, guys. Well, I think I picked my disc, and it's actually going to be 2 discs. The reason is because I love the Cicada. This thing is going to be great in the woods, but if I get just a little bit of wind or I'm out in an open field, I'm going to want a little bit more stable version of this, and that's exactly what the Cigarra was designed for. So I'm going to partner up my Mega Glow Cicada with this USDGC signature Cigarra. This is going to be a lethal combo in my bag. This is how I'm starting my bag for 2026. Well, if you guys are looking to get any one of these, we have these over at Disc Golf Deals USA. You can pick these up. And if you're a big fan of the Brave or the Crave or any other fairway driver, there's nothing wrong with those. Those are great discs too. All right, now stay tuned. I'm going to be looking for a overstable fairway driver and a super understable fairway driver to partner up with this lethal combo. So stay tuned as I'm trying to build my bag, starting with fairway drivers. All right, guys, until I see you next time, peace out.